Hey, everybody, this is Robin. I hope you've had a great first week putting yourself together and organizing everything for the semester ahead. You're 1 week down. That means you got 16 weeks to go, 17 if you count the finals week. But I like to look at this as the kickstart of our week of getting to know each other, getting to know the class. And I hope you've had time to explore through Canvas and do some of the assignments that were assigned for this week. Just because some people met me in different modalities this week, I just want to be clear about how this class works. So if you're in my fully online class, then that means you'll do everything online. You'll watch videos online, you'll do your readings online, and you will also read the announcements and do the assignments online. There's not a moment that you'll have to come to class. Everything is done through the Canvas portal. If you're in my hybrid class, then that means that we meet only once a week on Tuesdays. If you're in my public speaking class that meets in the mornings on Tuesday, I like to advise that you look at everything on Monday. I actually advise that for all my classes. Everything will go live on Monday at midnight, and then you use that Monday to kind of know what is expected of you in the week ahead. If you come to class on Tuesday, if you're in that hybrid class, then we'll kind of review what I posted on Monday and talk about what's due for the remaining of the week. If you're not in a hybrid class, then that means it's on you to stay up to date, read all the announcements, look at the assignments that are on the horizon. And if you're in my hybrid class, that means you won't come into class on Thursday. And because of that, that means the rest of your week is online and you want to take care of everything that needs to be done before the due date. Now, I want to do a really quick share of my screen here just because I wanted everybody to kind of all be on the same page of what we've been learning and going through. If you can see the screen, which I believe that you can, you'll see that I just went through the cos.edu sign-in sheet. If I click on Canvas here, you'll see that I'm in the portal that we talked about in class or that you have seen online. And the best way to find this class is just to go over to courses and you're going to find the class that you're in. Now, because this is recorded for all my different public speaking classes, and I'll send this out later today, what you're going to see is all the different CRNs that I teach. And again, some of them are fully online and some of them are hybrid, which means they're once a week. And even though they're once a week, that doesn't mean that you're just done after you leave class on Tuesday. You still have to watch the videos and do the readings, just like the other students in the online class. Now, I'm just going to pick one of the classes so you can kind of see how everything works. But I do want you to just focus on clicking on the class that is yours. I'm going to do view as student so you can see it the way that I know that you're looking at it. You'll see that I sent out a message on Thursday or Friday talking about if you haven't done the assignments yet, that I was going to be dropping you on Saturday because today is the final drop day. For students who do delay and don't attend regularly, I have that right as a teacher to drop you because you are a non-participant student in the class. And so make sure that you're staying on top of your assignments each week. You're coming to class if you're in the hybrid class, because all of those things can be deemed as non-participating and can lead to you being dropped. You definitely want to make sure that you're attending if you're in a hybrid class and you are actively engaged in the class online, whether you're in hybrid or fully online. Now, as I told you before, every week on Monday, you will see a message that is the at Speech Advice Week, whatever you're in, update. Tomorrow, you'll get the at Speech Advice Week 2 update. If you look at the announcements tab that's right here, you'll see that I sent this week 1 update out. I also sent your syllabus, and then I also sent the calendar. The only people that don't have the calendar yet is the hybrid class, and that is because I have to space out the days that you'll be delivering your speech in the classroom. Those of you who are online, everything's kind of already formulated and it will open up every week. And then you'll see those assignments that you can start turning in. It's not like a class where you can turn everything in right at the beginning of the semester and be done for the rest of the semester. You have to work it week by week. Now, all important announcements or things that you need to know will always come through that announcements tab. So if you could make sure that you're always checking that, especially on Mondays. Sometimes if there's an announcement that needs to get made, I will send out a special announcement like the dropping students announcement, but I try to limit it to Mondays just so you know what's happening for the full week on the day that you get that information. If you did not read the syllabus, I highly recommend that you do that. Every single assignment, what's expected of you, tools and tricks for the trade, everything is in there. Everything you're going to need to know is in that syllabus. You can also send me a message here in this inbox tab. That will come right to my cell because I have the app on my phone. It'll also come up on my laptop and my desk computer at my office. So that is the fastest way to reach me, unless you want to send me a text or call me on the phone, and that phone number can be found in the syllabus. Don't send me an email. I won't respond. I am communicating with you through this class. This is how you communicate with me, through this portal. Now, if you started on Monday, which almost all of you did unless you added late, you should have read through all of these different tabs in this week 1 module. As I told you in class, and as I've said in the videos, the welcome videos, I made it meaty at the very beginning because you're kind of trying to figure out if you're going to like this class and like me and want to stay in. So I highly recommend that you go through all of these tabs. As I said before, if you click on the tab at the very bottom right, you'll see that, let's see if I can get it to go full here. Hold on one second here. I may have messed up here. Let's see, share here, share. I can't see how, oh, here you go. You click the next button. Sorry about that. So at the very bottom is the next button, and that's going to just take you through all those module postings. So you want to make sure that you're reading through all of those, clicking the links to get support and information. And once you read through all of that, then you'll know that you're updated for the week. If you have not done the assignments that were done this or due this week, you can go to the modules tab all the way to the bottom here, and you'll see that your week 1 introduction, you were supposed to introduce yourself to the class by Thursday night at midnight, and then you have to comment to 2 other people by tonight at midnight. You also owe me your student information sheet by tonight at midnight. And then tomorrow, your week 1 lesson and week 1 readings will post up. It's actually week 2, but I am calling it week 1 because it's just the first week that you're having lessons. So you'll see, if I leave student view, I'll show you an example of what that looks like. You're going to see that in this lesson, it gives you a link to the PowerPoint, which is right here, and it gives you the video lecture, and there are 2 separate ones. I broke it down into 2 different sections just because there's a lot of content and I want you to take the time to watch it. So you should be watching those 2 lecture videos before you come to class on Tuesday or by the middle of the week, whether you're in my online class or my hybrid class. And then this PowerPoint is going to lead you through all the lessons. It's going to give you the lectures. So what I'm talking about, you can click through as you watch the video. These videos were recorded right before COVID. I didn't know COVID was going to happen, but I did them just because I was trying to move towards a Canvas portal that was informative and could be useful outside of class. And so you'll see that the person that recorded the videos really focused on me, and I was talking about the PowerPoint, so I put it over to the side. So I always recommend having 2 browsers up, one that's me lecturing and the other one is the PowerPoint that you can kind of follow along. And mainly the reason it's done that way is because I do draw on the whiteboard and kind of explain some of the stuff during the presentation. Now, with all that being said, you also should be watching this video that is connected to this week's announcement. And that is down here. It will be in that week 1 update. If you weren't in class or you were in class and feel like you need to get more information, the syllabus is talked about in detail. There's an introduction of me that's in detail. You don't have to watch that, but a lot of times students want to know more about their teacher. So I highly recommend watching those 2 videos before the other videos get posted tomorrow. On top of that, if you look at this module, you'll see that I also have readings, and those readings are here. I'll list the 2 chapters that you need to read, or whatever, however many chapters are to be read that week, and give you the details of what you need to be focused on for as your reading is concerned. And those are always connected to assignments that we're doing in that week. And then finally is this week's assignment. You'll have between Monday all the way to Sunday night to watch the lecture, look at the PowerPoint, do this reading, and then answer all of these questions that are here, 1 through 6. So you'll just answer those questions by Sunday night, and that's all you'll have to do next week. So we are cooking with grease. We are going to be going full speed ahead. If you have questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. But don't give up. You are in another next step in building the best, big, beautiful life that you can build. And the only way it's not going to happen is if you don't do the steps to get there. So I truly encourage you to keep up on your education. It's going to be the way that will build bigger and brighter and more beautiful things in your life and in your family. And I truly believe the value of education is irreplaceable. So don't give up. If you need my support, message me. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I hope you had a great first week, and I look forward to working with you throughout the rest of the semester. Let's go be giants.